So, lesson number 3 of Japanese 101. Welcome. And I apologize for any of you. I'm waiting for getting content. So, yeah, I was on a vacation and I just went back and I was working with my other job going on, so it was really busy, but I am back here to teach, and yeah, so lesson 3. Alright, so today's lesson is going to be about what you do on weekends. So this is dialogue number 1, and where you and about just time and location and etc. Alright, so let's read dialogue 1 together slowly. So Takeshi-san says, Mary-san, 週末は大抵何をしますか? Mary says, そうですね、大抵うちで勉強します。でも時々映画を見ます。そうですか? じゃあ土曜日映画を見ませんか? 土曜日はちょっと。じゃあ日曜日はどうですか? And then Mary says, いいですね。Okay, so dialogue number 2. She says, おはようございます。お母さん says, おはよう、早いですね。Mary says, 今日は京都に行きます。京都で映画を見ます。お母さん says, いいですね。何時頃帰りますか? Mary says, 9時頃です。お母さん says, 晩ご飯は? Mary says, 食べません。お母さん then replies, そうですか? じゃあ行ってらっしゃい。Mary says, 行ってきます。Alright, so to recap the dialogues, I translated it. So the first one is about Mary. What do you usually do on the weekends? Let's see, I usually study at home, but sometimes I see the movies. And Takeshi says, I see, then would you like to go movie on Saturday? And Mary's like, Saturday's not a good day. And Takeshi says, then how about Sunday? Mary says, that's fine. Alright, and then this one is between her host family and Mary. So Mary says, good morning. Host mother says, good morning. You're early, aren't you? And Mary says, yes, I'm going to Kyoto today. I will see a movie in Kyoto. Host mother says, good. Around what time will you come back? And Mary says, around 9. Host mother says, how about dinner? And Mary says, I will not eat. And then host mother says, I see you have a nice day. And then Mary says goodbye. And alright. So these are the lists of vocab. I will go over them slowly. First one is eiga. Eiga is movie. Ongaku is music. Zashi is magazine. Sports is sports. Deto is date. Tennis. Terebi is TV. Ice cream is ice cream. Hamburger is hamburger. You could technically say baga, like just a shortened way to say hamburger. Osake is sake. Ocha is green tea. Coffee is coffee. Mizu is water. Asagohan is breakfast. Hiru gohan is lunch. So namely, ban gohan is dinner. So gohan is like for any kind of meals, and that's why you put gohan at the end. And we have ie, house. Uchi, home. Gakko, school. Cafe. We have ashita, tomorrow. Kyo is today. asa is morning, konban, tonight, 毎日 every day, 毎晩 every night, 週末 weekend. So here, shu is like the week, and matsu is the end. So that's why it's weekend. Doyobi is Saturday. So the do is the character for Saturday. Yobi is like the day. Yobi means day. So Saturday is doyobi, and nichiyobi is Sunday. So here nichi is character for sun, so then we put sun and day, so it would be Sunday. Itsu is when, and goro is about goro. Iku is to go. Kaeru is to go back home. Kiku is listen. Nomu to drink. Hanasu is to speak. Yomu to read. Okiru to get up. Taberu to eat. Neru to sleep. Miru to see. Kuru to come. Suru to do. Benkyou suru to study. So benkyou is study. I is good. Hayai, early. Alright, so let me just pause here. So for all of these, let's see. Oh yeah. So all of these, okiru, okiru, taberu, neru, miru, kuru, suru. All of these are verbs. Alright. And kaeru, hanasu, yomu, those are, yeah. So they all ended verbs. I'll talk about it more. Amari plus negative. Amari is not much. Zenzen, so negative. Zenzen is not at all. Taite is usually. Chotto. Chotto is a little. Tokidoki is sometimes. Yoku is often. So desu ne is that's right. Demo is but. And do desu ka is how about something something. E is yes. So technically E is more like if somebody says like if somebody states so it's more like saying yes to a statement that you say that's true, and you're like eh. So it's like yep, yes. We don't really say that, and like we don't really say yes to be like yes. If you're using yes as alone, then you would probably say hi. So there's a difference. For these three are basically, well, not much, not at all, usually a little, sometimes, often. These are all like frequencies of such things. Now we get the grammar part. This is going to be really long, but bear with me. So verb conjugation. So we have root verbs, verbs, and irregular verbs. Root verbs and an I or I, L plus suffix ru. So it'd be like taberu, neru, okiru, miru. So verbs, we have stuff like nomu, yomu, hanasu, and kiku. Kiku, iku, kaeru. So these are all ending in u sounds. And then we have irregular verbs. Suru, benkyou suru, kuru. So these are not regular verbs. Like it doesn't have a certain ending. So like suru, benkyou suru, kuru. And I put all of the chart right here of all the present tense conjugations and of the root verbs right here and the u verbs and the irregular verbs. These are some of the examples from this chart. I want you guys to try to memorize them and try to understand what each one means and to look up ways that you can use the terms, because this will all be really important, and I'm probably sure that it'll be on a quiz or something. Okay, anyways, so now we are going to talk a little bit more about present tense verbs. So these are action verbs, so they're present tense verbs, right? So it means that you're engaging in the activities and you're going to do something. So, for example, habitual actions, so habits, right? So I often watch TV, you would say something like, 私はよくテレビを見ます. So, よく right here is often. Mary さんは時々朝ごはんを食べません. So, 時々 right here, Mary sometimes doesn't eat. Let me just get a pen instead. So, like, right? Oh my god. So, よく would be often, right? And 時々 will be sometimes. And then future actions would be 私は明日京都に行きます. So I will go to Kyoto tomorrow. ソラさんは今日 is today. 家に帰りません. Sora will not return home today. Right? So these all point to like when it's happening. Number 3, particles. Nouns used in sentences must be followed by particles, which indicate that the noun bears to the nouns. So in this lesson, we're going to learn o, de, ni, and he. So o points to the direct object, and it's the direct object involved followed by the event. So it's pronounced o, but it's typed and written as wo. Coffee を飲みます. I drink coffee. 音楽を聴きます. I listen to TV. テレビを見ます. So all of these are pointing directly at what they're doing. I watch TV, right? And then this one, で particle indicates where it takes place. So it's 図書館で本を読みます. I read books in the library. In the library. 図書館. うちで So うちで昼ご飯を食べます. I will eat lunch at home. And then we have the ni particle, which there's 2 meanings, but it's either which things move or the time that the event takes place. So the goal of movement, verbs like 行く, 来る, and 帰る. 今日学校に行きません. So 学校に行きません will mean will not go to school today. Will not go to school. うちに帰ります. So うちに帰ります means I will return home, or will return. 今日学校に行きません. So this is pointing you will not go to school. This is pointing that you will not. Oh, this is pointing that I will go home. So number 2, time. 日曜日に 日曜日に so the 日曜日に京都に行きます so I will go to Kyoto on Sunday so that's when 11時になります so 11時に is at 11 I will go to bed at 11 approximate time references can be made by substitution of goro or goro ni for ni. So 11時頃 or 11時頃に寝ます. There is so these two goro or goro ni it's approximate time, not the exact time. So this sentence says I will go to bed at about 11. About 11. So it would be like about. Goal of movement with verbs kuru, iku, kuru, kaeru can replace goal of movement ni with but you cannot replace ni for the time reference with Note that the particle is pronounced Okay, so 今日学校へ行きません。今日学校へ行きません。I will not go to school today. Go to 家へ帰ります。I will return home. Okay, it's the number 4, time references. You will need the particle ni with the days of the week on Sunday, numerical time expression like at 10:45 and in September. So 日曜日に行きます. So that means I will go on Sunday. 10時45分に起きます. So this whole thing 10時45分に is 10:45 p.m. at 10:45 p.m. And note that we're using the ni particle here. Okay. So that points to when we're doing something. 9月 oh, I forgot the ni. But 9月に帰ります. I will go back in September. You do not use the particle ni with a time that is defined relative to the present moments, such as today or tomorrow. So you can't say 今日に something something or 明日に because it just isn't the way you're supposed to use it. Expressions describing irregular intervals like every day and the word when. So 毎日に is every day. That doesn't make sense either, or when. So 明日来ます means I will come tomorrow. テレビ毎晩テレビを見ます。いつ行きますか? So notice that these three, right? Tomorrow, my ban is every night, and itsu when. All of them do not use the particle ni. So yeah, that's what I said. And however, it can have ni if it's depending on the style and emphasis. So like 朝に本を読みます. That makes sense because you're just saying 朝に. I will read a book in the morning. Okay.週末に何をしますか? 週末に何をしますか? That makes sense. Anyways, number 5, you can use masenka, the present tense negative verb, plus the question article, to extend invitation. So masenka is like the affirmative counterpart maska. The affirmative, it should be noted that its affirmative counterpart maska cannot be used. So sentence like as hiru gohan o tabemasu ka can only be a question but not an invitation. So tabemasu ka, masen ka, those are all questions and it's not a statement. Hiru gohan o tabemasen ka. What do you say to having lunch with me? いいですね sounds great. テニスをしませんか? You play tennis with me? Question mark. ちょっと slightly. And you can add a frequency adverb such as 毎日 yoku and tokidoki to describe how often you will do something. So 時々 私は時々図書館に行きます I sometimes go to the library. Okay? Or 私は全然テレビを見ません I do not watch TV at all. At all. たけしさんはあまり勉強しません Take-san does not study much. So these 3, tokidoki, zenzen, amani, those are like frequencies, adverbs of how much you do something. Okay, and zenzen and amani are like negative ones, right? So they don't really do much, blah, blah, blah. Alright. Okay, the final one is, I think there's 2 more. There's 2 more, we can do this. Word order. So, Japanese sentences are fairly flexible in the elements that appear, but they're made up of noun particle sequences followed by the verb and or adjective. And so a typical sentence will look like these 2 sentences below here, but several other like ways of arranging the particles are possible, so it gets a little bit complex than this. So the first example we have is 私は今日図書館で日本語を勉強します So that translates to I will study Japanese in the library today. So 私は is the topic I, 今日 the time, today, 図書館で place, 図書館 is library, 日本語を 日本語 is Japanese, right? 勉強します 勉強します is the verb. 勉強 the verb to do. So and we also have 私は topic again. It starts with I. よく the frequency, often. 7時頃 7時頃 is around 7. 家へ 家へ is how home. So the goal is going home, so that's the goal. And then we have 帰ります which will be the verb, the to do, to go home. Alright, so if you have any questions here, let me know, but we're just gonna go on to the last one. Okay, so the last point I want to make for this lesson is, so particle wa. So as we saw in lesson 1, wa is basically the it presents the topic of the item. So it's for item X, it is blah blah blah. So you put forward what you want to talk about, such as Mary-san wa 2年生です. Mary is a sophomore. Or 私の専攻は日本語です. So the major is language, the Japanese language. And yeah, and then we have the topic. It doesn't have to be the subject in this case. And we see 3 sentences in the dialogue in the lesson. We just went over the dialogues that we just went over today with the particle wa. So, Mary-san, 週末は大抵何をしますか? Mary, what do you usually do on the weekends, right? So notice when I say 週末は in the middle right here, 週末は usually do on the weekend. So that's like asking, that's like putting wa to connect the question, like Mary and the question. So it connects Mary. Okay. So we have Mary-san, and then 大抵何をしますか? Right. So this, it's connecting the before and after. And then we have sentences like 今日は京都に行きます. I'm going to Kyoto today. So by adding wa, we know that it's gonna happen today, but if not, we wouldn't know when they're going. Okay. And then we have 2 examples. Wa presents the expression of topic in each sentence. So it can be paraphrased like, let's talk about the weekend. What do you do on the weekend? Or something like, let me say what I'll do today. I will go to Kyoto. So for example, we have a thing here. It says, 晩ご飯は how about dinner? 食べません. I will not eat. So in this example, wa is more used to direct the attention to inviting somebody to eat dinner, right? And to just complete the sentence. And that 晩ご飯 is not standing alone. And because if you just say 晩ご飯 out of nowhere, that's not gonna complete the sentence. That's just gonna be like dinner ? But you need why to complete your sentence, because by putting 晩ご飯 why, it turns into a question like, oh, do you want to do this? Blah blah blah. So yeah, that is why it's important. It's not stated yet. So now today's homework, I will be giving you practice number 1, 2A, and 3A. They're all on the textbook pages 94 to 96, workbook pages 32, 33, and 34. And then I want you to try to do kanji practice on page 304 to 307. And if you have any questions at all for the homework, please ask me either on Discord, either on just the Google Classroom or whatever. Please. Alright. Anyways, good luck with homework, good luck with everything. We'll continue more on this lesson because I don't want you to stress out on the homework. So we're just splitting it and just going it slowly. And we'll probably have an exam. We'll probably have like a mini quiz or a test for lesson 3 at some point, or like maybe 3 of the lessons together. I don't know yet, but I am going to make one. Alright, that's all. Alright, see you and goodbye, and have a good study session.